Well, good morning and welcome to 755 Live, about 5 minutes of what Jesus said. And we are live this morning, Friday, August 27th, here at Ironworks Coffee. Good morning, Susie. Glad to have you joining in today. These 755 Live segments, you can find a different command of Jesus every weekday at our Bible plan at bible.today.church. Some helpful resources there as well. If these teachings about the commands of Jesus are meaningful to you, if you enjoy this 755 Live, it really helps and would mean a lot to me if you like it, if you share it, if you comment, that sort of thing. Just helps us get the word out about Jesus and helps us to remember the things that he said to do. He said, go make disciples by teaching them to obey all the commands that I've given you. And so the Jesus Said segments are soundbite versions of those commands designed to help us put them into action. Today's Jesus Said is from Matthew 9:9, where Jesus said, follow me. Verse 9 of Matthew 9, as Jesus went on from there, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the tax booth. Follow me, he said to him, and he got up and followed him. Now, the context here, Jesus had just healed a paralyzed man, told him to stand up and walk, but he had another miracle still to perform. Someone was paralyzed by sin. Jesus saw Matthew in his natural habitat as a tax collector, at a position where put him, or a position that put him at odds with others in the society. And following a rabbi in this time period was a big deal. Most didn't even finish school. And for those who did finish school, only a select few would ever be asked to follow a rabbi. A student of a rabbi was a very high calling that no one or everyone didn't get to have the opportunity for. Jesus never said, follow Paul, follow Peter or James or Calvin or Martin Luther or John Wesley or the guy with cool sneakers on Instagram. Jesus said, follow me. And I think the biggest lie that the enemy has pulled over in our modern time is that somehow you can be a Christian without actually following Jesus. Following Jesus is radical. It takes change. It takes commitment. It takes a willingness to give up everything. In fact, Jesus said, if you're not willing to give up everything, if you're not willing to die to yourself, that you can't really follow him. Anyone can believe in Jesus. The Bible tells us even demons believe that he's the Son of God. But it takes faith in action to follow him. So what does following look like? Doing what Jesus did and said to do. When he was talking to Matthew, this tax collector, he was a rabbi in that culture asking Matthew to be his full-time student, an apprentice in training. Follow me. And that's what he's saying to us today. Following Jesus is doing what Jesus did and said to do. Being his full-time student, willing to give up everything to be like our teacher, like our rabbi. Immediately after calling Matthew, Jesus went to Matthew's house with more sinners. Maybe we need to focus on following Jesus in that way. Taking Jesus to the people, following him. What does it mean to follow Jesus? What does follow me mean to you? What table, like Matthew, do you need to walk away from and just follow? Following Jesus means doing what he said. Actually being willing to give up the things in our life that aren't like him, to become his full-time student, following him in every area of our lives. Jesus said, follow me. How can we put that into action